All right, so we are on top of page 90 here. Order of operations. Order of operations. So operations, you might ask, what are operations? So let's list off at least the 4 operations that you guys are going to be most familiar with right now. We have multiplication, division, adding, and subtracting. There's actually 2 more that come before them. We're not going to talk about those 2 right now. So multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So let me see, are we going to get to that last one? Actually, yes, we will get to one more of those other ones. So this other one is called parentheses. If you've never seen these on the other side, those are called parentheses. And actually, let's see here. Parentheses is the first one. The second one is called an exponent. So if you have like 3 to the second power, you may never have seen that before, but this essentially means 3 times 3, and that is an exponent. So we've got parentheses. Actually, let me go back. I've got a special way of doing this. Parentheses, exponents. Remember, exponents are these little things up here. Multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Now we're not going to cover exponents really at all. We'll put them in here, but we're not really going to cover them. So one thing here, before we even get to the other ones, is that when you have PEMDAS, some people like to say instead of P, please, and then instead of E, excuse, instead of M, my, instead of D, dear, and then instead of A, aunt, and instead of S, Sally. Say it with me. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. PEMDAS. So that's how you remember which of them to do first. The other thing you also have to remember is that multiplication and division are always going to go left to right. Addition and subtraction, same thing. Left to right. Left to right. Left to right. So you'll always do parentheses first. Then you'll do exponents, but you don't need to worry about that now. Then you'll do multiplication and addition, but only if they are what? Yes, left to right. So if division comes first, then you do division. And then if you have multiplication later on, then you do the multiplication. Multiplication comes first only if it's on the left. Division comes first only if it's on the left. You work these left and right. Addition and subtraction, same thing. You'd start off on the left and then work your way to the right. So if subtraction comes first, you do subtraction. If addition comes first, you do addition. And then here is, it's called a mnemonic device. Sorry, these are supposed to go down here. But please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's an easy way to remember what PEMDAS, what the order is for PEMDAS. Now, I went into a lot of that. That might seem like a lot. Yes, please, if you haven't already, take notes on it, then please do take notes on this. But we're going to keep on working then on page 90 as we're going down there. So on there it says numeric, it says on the top, numeric expression. Wow, it sounds like a big word, right? Well, numeric just means numbers, and expression just means anything with those orders of operation. So parentheses, exponents, so it's like the 3 to the second up there, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So numeric expression just means numbers that you're doing this. So if you have 2 plus 2, guess what? That's a numeric expression. If you have, let's see, 4 minus 3, that's a numeric expression. If you have, like the example they have right there, 96 minus 26 plus 48, that is a numeric expression. So let's go and actually look at this. Top page 90 says 90 commuters are on a train. Sorry, 96 commuters are on a train. At the next station, 26 commuters get off. 26 get off, and 48 get on. How many commuters are on the train now? So we want to look back at these. Remember, what's the order that we have to try to do these in? Remember, it's parentheses, then exponents. Do we see either of those? Nope. Then multiplication and division. Do we see those? Nope, don't see them. Then addition and subtraction, but only left to right. Do we see those? Yep, so we have to start on the left, and then we work our way over to the right. So 96 minus 26, that's going to be, let's see, the 6's are going to get rid of each other. 9 minus 2 is 7. So now we've got 70 plus 48. Okay, let's do 70, 48, add them up, 8, 118. Boom, that's our answer, 118. And the question says how many commuters are on the train, so we have to label that 118 commuters. What's a commuter, you might ask? Well, it's just anyone who is walking or running or any way that they get to work or they get to different places. Let's look at the guided practice now. Let's do numbers 3 and 4. So number 3 says 32 minus 12 plus 26 minus 15. All right, so this is all addition and subtraction. So if it's all addition and subtraction, we don't have to worry about doing any of the other ones first, which means that we're always going to start on what side and work to what side? Yeah, we start on the left and we work to the right. So 32 minus 12, well, that is 20. Now we have 20 plus 26 minus 15. You always want to rewrite the expression. That's what these are called, remember? Numeric expressions when they're using these. You always want to rewrite the expression when after you're doing 1. And I underline 1 and then I redo it afterwards. So 20 plus 26, that's 46. 46 minus 15, well, 6 minus the 5 is going to be a 1. 4 minus the 1 is going to be a 3, so 31. That's my answer. And let's do number 4. 50, yeah, this is a 5. 50, yeah, I'm going to erase that, that doesn't look very nice. 50 plus 27 minus 19 minus 35. All right, I'm going to have you pause this. Go ahead and do it at home. And we're back. So remember here, we're starting on the left, working our way over to the right. If you start doing these right away, you can't do 19 minus 35. You're going to get a negative number, and that is not what the final answer is going to be. So we start at the left and work our way to the right. Remember, it doesn't matter if addition or subtraction is first right now, because we start at the left, work our way to the right, because that's what addition and subtraction are. Anytime we see addition and subtraction, like these ones, we start at the left, work our way over to the right. So 50 plus 27, it's going to be 77. And we add the subtract 19, subtract 35. Again, left to right, 77 minus 19. I don't know what that one is off the top of my head, so I'm going to do it up here. Turns into 17. This turns into 6. 17 minus 9 is 8. 6 minus 1 is 5. So I've got 58 minus 35. Well, gotta do that again. 58 minus 35. 3, 2. So 23 is my final answer because that's what I had left. Hopefully you got that same thing. If not, you might want to pause it, rework it, maybe do numbers 1 and 2 for some extra examples for yourself. All right, top page 91 says work left to right when a numeric expression uses only multiplication and division. So now we've got multiplication and division. Before we were doing just addition and subtraction. Now we're doing multiplication and division only. So if there's 40 times 24 divided by 60, well, what do we do? Well, again, remember with multiplication and division, we're also working left to right. So there's only multiplication and division here. We don't have to think about the addition and subtraction or parentheses and exponents. So 40 times 24, remember that you can separate this out. 40 times 24. Well, we can do 4 times 10 times 24. And I'm actually going to switch these. I'm going to make it 10 times 4 times 24. Actually, I take that back. I'm making that a little bit extra complicated for us. Let's just do it the way we know how to. 24 times 40. Remember here that we can ignore this 0, add it back here in the end. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So it's 960. 960 divided by 60. Remember, these two can ignore each other. 96 divided by 6. 6 goes into 9 1 times 6 is 6. 36 left. 6 goes into 36 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Remember to go back and review those multiplication and division tables if you don't already know them, because you kind of have to know them for this. But 960 divided by 60 is going to give us 16 for our final answer. So, and the question after, if you look at it, it said it was asking how many days will it take for the paper store to deliver all the paper towels. Sorry, I should go back and read that. Rogers and Company orders 40 cartons of paper towels from San Diego's paper store. Each carton contains 24 rolls of paper towels. The paper store delivers 60 rolls of paper towel each day. So they have 40 of them. Each of them has 24 paper towels. So anytime you see the word each, almost always going to be multiplication. Each equals multiplication. Just tuck that one in your brain. Each 40 of them has 24 in them, and it delivers 60 rolls of paper towels each day. So delivering means you're dividing, because you're giving it out to a whole bunch of people, so that would be divided by 60. So the final question is, how many days will it take for the paper store to deliver all paper towels? Well, if you're giving away 60 each day, you start off with 960, you're giving out 60 a day. How many days will it take? It's going to take 16 days, because you're taking the 960 towels, paper towels divided by 60 per day. It's going to give you 16 days. Oops. 16 days. All right, let's do guided practice on the midway section of page 91. Let's do 7 and 8. So 7 is 28 times 5 divided by 10 divided by 7. All right, pause this. Go ahead and do it at home. And we're back. Remember, multiplication and division always left to right. So I do 28 times 5. I get 40 for that. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So I got to rewrite 140 divided by 10 divided by 7. Remember, left to right again. Just going to write down left to right as that reminder for ourselves. 140 divided by 10, well, it's just going to be 14. 14 divided by 7, it's going to be 2. Final answer is 2. All right, and number 8, guided practice. 48 divided by 8 times 60 divided by 3. Remember, you're working left to right here. All right, go ahead and pause it, do it at home. And we're back. 48 divided by 8, well, that's going to be 6. And I'm rewriting everything else afterwards. What's the next thing I do? Well, remember, I'm working left to right because it's all multiplication division. 6 times 60, which is 360, divided by 3. Only thing left. 360 divided by 3. Well, I can think, hey, I've got 360 divided by 3 goes in once. Drop down that 6. 3 goes in there twice. And goes in there 0 times. And that's what we've got left, 120. So 120, final answer for number 8. If 7 and 8 are causing you some problems, you might want to go back and look at 5 and 6, do them for some extra help for you. All right, bottom of page 91 says always work left to right, multiply and divide first, then add and subtract. So remember, the P, the M, not really, haven't really looked at these two yet. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing little marks like that. Haven't really looked at those yet. multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. Remember, what's the mnemonic device? Please what? Please excuse what? My dear. Please excuse my dear what? Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. PEMDAS. Multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So what they're saying for this one is it says there are 28 children, 56 men at the park. Number of men is 4 times the number of women. How many children and women at the park? Well, that sounds kind of confusing the way they phrase it out, but fortunately they wrote it down as an expression. Remember, expression just means you're using any of these things in it, and it's got numbers in it. So it says 28 plus 56 divided by 4. So when we're thinking how do we have to do these, remember that these ones go left to right, and these ones also go left to right. But other than that, we just work our way down. So we say, hey, do we have any parentheses? Nope, no parentheses. Any exponents? Nope, no exponents. Any multiplication or division? Yes, we do. So we work our way left to right. Well, there's only one multiplication or division. It's just division. So we do our multiplication or division, which is division. 56 divided by 4 goes into 1, drop down to 6. 4 goes into 16 4 times. Alright, so then I'm going to get 14 for this. So now I've got 28 plus 14. If I do 28 plus 14, I'm going to get 12, 42. So 42 is my final answer. Remember, I started off doing my division first, and then I did the addition because multiplication and division come first, and then addition and subtraction. Alright, top page 91 here has another example. It says Sarah has 900 stamps in her collection. She arranges 25 stamps on each page of a stamp album. The album has 30 pages. How many stamps are left? So we've got 900. Subtracting, not dividing. Subtract 30 times 25. So we have to think, hey, which one are we doing first? We can go back and look at this if we need to. I remember multiplication and division left to right first before addition or subtraction. So we've got one multiplication or division. 30 times 25. 25 times 30. Remember, we can cross out the 0 and add it back here and then just do it. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so it's 750. 900 minus that, well, 900 minus 750, 0, 10, and 8, 5, 1, so 150, and that's our answer. Although we do have to go back and look. Do we need a label? It says how many stamps are left? Yes, so it's 150 stamps. So word problems, we always got to remember to have that label on there. Alright, so let's look at some of those guided practice. Let's do, let's do 12, 13, 14. So 12 is 80 minus 54. Wow, my handwriting is not good today. 80 minus 54 divided by 9 times 11. So again, remember multiplication or division first, and we work left to right. So go ahead and pause this, and then come back, and we're back. All right, so multiplication, division first, left to right. So left to right means 54 divided by 9, which is, if you don't know, you should have your assignment notebook out so that you can be checking what your multiplication tables are, because you got to know them for this. 54 divided by 6 is, 4 divided by 9 is, I gave it away, 6. And we have 6 times 11, and 80 minus that. Again, what's the next thing we do? Well, multiplication, division, left to right. That's the only thing left. 6 times 11 is 66. Remember, addition and subtraction are last, so we have to take care of all the multiplication and division first before we can touch that. 80 minus 66. If we do that, we're going to get 14. Alright, let's look at, that was 12. Let's do 13, 48 minus 6. times 6 plus 34. Alright, so remember, oh, go ahead and pause it. And we're back. Alright, so go ahead and remember that we're doing multiplication and division left to right first. There's only one multiplication and division right in the middle, so we do that first. 36. Got 48 minus 36 plus 34. Alright, what's next? Addition, right? No, remember, because it's addition and subtraction left to right. Because addition and subtraction are the only thing we have left, so we got to do subtraction first because we go left to right. 48 minus 36 is 12. 12 plus 34 is going to give us 46, and that's our answer. And the last one, number 14, 33 plus 210 divided by 30 minus 25. Alright, pause. And we're back. Remember, multiplication and division left to right first. There's only one, just division. Left to right, 210 divided by 30, we should get 7. 33 plus 7 minus 25. Any multiplication division left? Nope. Then we go on to addition and subtraction, left to right. Start at the left. 33 plus 7 is 40 minus 25. It's going to be 15. So that's our final answer for that. And let's look over bottom of page 92. Carry out any operations in parentheses first. So remember, we go back all the way, I think this first page, yep. Parentheses I told you were first. And we kind of touched a little bit on them, but not really a ton yet. So our multiplication division are first, then addition subtraction, but before either of those, we're parentheses. Remember, we're not going to cover on exponents today. So it says there are 670 boys and 530 girls at a track and field event. Each student participates in one event. Each event has 40 students participating. How many events are there done? Well, that might be a little confusing the way they put it there, but fortunately they made that expression for you on page 92, where it's got 670 plus 530 divided by 40. Now, these exponents are necessary here. Remember, this is a 40, because otherwise we would just do this division first, but we're not doing that first. Remember, parentheses tell us that we have to do parentheses first no matter what. They're basically kind of like a trump card saying, like, boom, this is the one you have to do first. So 670 plus 530, 0, 10, 11, 12. So 1200 divided by 40. 1200 divided by 40. Remember, 40 doesn't go into 12, so we have to do 120. 40 goes into 120 how many times? 3 times. It becomes 120, and this extra 0 just drops down and gets added on there. So the final answer is 30. 30 what? 30 events. It's a word problem, so we got to have that label on there. Sorry, this should be written right here, but I didn't have space. Alright, let's do some guided practice then. Top page 93. Let's do 16, 17, 18. So 16 is 690 divided by 15 times 2. So remember, parentheses starts first. Alright, go ahead and pause it. And coming back, so first thing that you do, parentheses. 15 times 2 is 30 divided by 690 divided by that. If you do that, it's going to go in, let's see, 33, 300, no, just 33 times. Oh, sorry, not 33, 23. I'm not writing out all the work to do all of these because I'm assuming you're doing those at home. If not, and you're getting different numbers, go back and recheck it because that's something that we already covered on how to do. Number 17, we've got 44 minus 33 times 7. So remember, parentheses first. 44 minus 33 is 11. 11 times 7 is 77. So that's our answer. And last one, number 18, we've got 80 divided by 40 minus 32. Go ahead and pause it. And we're back. Remember, parentheses first. 40 minus 32 is 8. Got 80 divided by 8. which is going to give us 10 for our final answer. All right, and the last step, I know, a long way to get here. So remember that we're going to do parentheses first, and then there's the exponents, but I'm just going to leave that kind of blank, cross it out, because we're not doing it yet. That'll be sometime in the future for you. Multiplication and division, but it is left to right. And then addition and subtraction. Whoops. Addition and subtraction. But again, those are left to right. So we're going to go ahead and put these into practice now. So if it's got 60 plus 64 in parentheses minus 8 times 9. So remember, parentheses first. So 60 plus 64, that's going to give us 124 minus 8 times 9. All right, what comes first out of what's next? All right, well, multiplication and division, left to right, but there's only one multiplication or division. It's multiplication. Let's do that. That's 72. 124 minus 72, the answer is going to be 52. Boom, we got our answer. All right, your turn. Let's do 20, 21, and 22. 20 is 80 times 40 divided by 5 divided by 10. All right, go ahead and pause it. And we're back. Parentheses first, so 40 divided by 5, which is 8. This is supposed to be divided by 10. Divided by 10 times 80 over here. Okay, so all we got left is multiplication division, so we should have to work left to right. 80 times 8, 640 divided by 10, which is going to give us 64 for our final answer. All right, and number 21, 64 plus 32 in parentheses divided by 8 minus 3. 64 plus 32, that's first because it's in parentheses. All right, go ahead and pause it if you haven't already to do this at home. 64 plus, and we're back, 64 plus 32, because that's in parentheses first. So we do that, and it's going to give us 96 divided by 8 minus 3. All right, what's next? Well, multiplication, division, left to right. So only division is the only thing left. That's going to give us 12. 12 minus 3 is going to give us 9. Boom, 9 is our answer. And last one before the assignment, number 22. I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. There's a song, go look it up. 98 minus 34 minus 26 times 7. All right, go ahead and pause it. And we're back. So remember, parentheses first. 34 minus 26 is 8 times 7 minus 98. Remember, what's next? Multiplication and division next, left to right. 8 times 7 is only multiplication or division left. It's 56. 98 minus 56 is going to give us 42. 42. It's a little better handwriting, I guess. And that's your final answer. You can start.